What's going on, everyone? It's Insomulus, aka Bilbo here again, back with another video. And for today's video, I've got a pretty sick 55 Gunstreak for you guys on the map Bakara in a 9 vs 9 ground war domination game. Now, Bakara is generally a map that I don't like to play too often. Generally, when it comes up in the lineup, I'll generally just vote it off straight away, and I will get into the reason why later on in the video. But I am using the M.o.a.b in this gameplay, and I know my last video was also with the M.o.a.b, but if you guys haven't seen that video already, it was a double m.o.a.b with Every Gun series episode 5 with the double m.o.a.b with the M.o.a.b this time. So if you guys haven't seen that video, I will leave it down below in a video response, so make sure you guys do go check out my previous vid down there after this video is over. And for my attachments in this game on the M.o.a.b, I'm using the red dot and the silencer. Now, if you guys want to know the reasoning behind that, make sure you do go check out that previous video. I explain it all in there. And for my perk and specialist loadout, for my perks in this game, I'm using Sleight of Hand, Quick Draw and Stalker. And for my specialist unlocks, I'm using Hardline, Recon and then Marksman. Pretty much my regular Assault Rifle perk and specialist unlocks that I normally run, that normally work well for me. Now, I'm going to get into the reason why I normally skip this map. Now, the reason being is purely down to the way I like to play this map. The way I like to play this map is really risky. Now, normally when people play domination, you want to either get the enemy trapped at the A or the C flag. That's generally how it's run, it's generally how it's done. But in my opinion on this map, when you're trapping them at the C flag, it's not really ideal. There's a lot of open areas that can spawn right behind you, and it doesn't really work too well, and it's definitely not a very good side of the map to actually get a really fast m.o.a.b with. And it's same with the A flag. When you are trapping them at the A flag, it's all really close quarters, which does fare well when you are using submachine guns, but again, it's not really a side of the map that really works well when you are trying to go for really fast mobs, because it flips so easily. So what I tend to do when I play Bakara is try and cap the A and the C flag and try and trap them at B. Now, this is generally a really hard task to do most of the time, because when you are at the B flag, it is a really hard spawn to actually trap them at, because it's one of those volatile spawns that has really high traffic and is constantly flipping. But you'll see what I do in this gameplay. I think as soon as I get the m.o.a.b, I kind of linger around this B flag area, in and out of the building, and kind of just rush in and out of these areas and kind of hold down a successful B spawn trap, you could say. So what I want you guys to take from this is kind of just learn the spawns, as you can see on the radar, where the enemies are actually spawning when I'm actually in this B area, where I'm running, the route I'm running, and how I'm actually playing it out. Just so if you guys are in a similar situation to what I am now, where the enemies are at the B flag and you've got both of the flags capped, you kind of have a general idea of how you should play it to do well. Now, the reason I said, I don't normally do this map is because it is a very risky kind of area of the map to try and control, because of the kind of sporadicness of the spawns. They pretty much spawn everywhere, as you can see here. And another thing I want to talk about in this video is kind of keeping calm. Now, you'll see here, there is enemies spawning pretty much all around me all of the time, and I'm just trying to keep calm as well as I can, because when you do get nervous, I know this happens to a lot of people when they're going for their first m.o.a.b streaks. When they tend to get towards the end of their m.o.a.b streaks and stuff like that, they tend to get really nervous. And you'll see here, I'm on pretty much a red screen, and I'm just trying to do whatever I can, just constantly thinking like, what should I do? Should I drop shot? Should I run around the side? All this kind of stuff, so I can kind of, calm down the nerves and kind of, keep on my streak. And that's something you got to try and do. It's not something that you can just do on the fly. You've got to practice until you can actually keep calm when you're on these streaks. And once you do get used to it, you do kind of keep calm more on a regular basis. And another reason I like to really keep at this kind of B flag area is because you guys have seen the initial m.o.a.b wasn't anything special. The initial m.o.a.b was about a 1 minute, I think 58-second m.o.a.b, or maybe a 2-minute m.o.a.b. But the streak after the m.o.a.b was a really, really fast streak. And this is the kind of thing that I aim for when I'm going at the B flag, trying to get these fast m.o.a.s, because unluckily there I didn't manage to pull off a fast m.o.a.b, although I did manage to pull off a really fast 55 gun streak, which is nice. But that's what I do when I try and get to those areas. I try and pull off really fast m.o.a.bs, and that's, in my opinion, that's the area of the map that works best on this map. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this video. Palestinian actually also gets a m.o.a.b at the end of this video. The final score was 103 and 8. Hopefully you guys did enjoy. If you did, make sure you leave me a comment, like, and subscribe if you're not already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.